All right, guys. This is Mike with Pacific Tech. Excuse the hair. It's kind of windy out here today. Today is April the 4th, 2022. Time is 1:50 Pacific Standard Time. And I guess this is going to be an infomercial. Um, I got nothing against law enforcement. Um, we sometimes trade work with each other, and sometimes we go against each other. Um, it is a harmonic balance in between us. But one of the things that pisses me off right now that's going on is they're calling because they need money. One of the things that pisses me off about this is that I pay high taxes for my business, pay high taxes for my properties, my homes, the farm, and part of that goes for law enforcement. And I don't understand why law enforcement is calling so that we can donate anywhere from $30 to $100 for some police association crap. And I'm sorry. If you're a law enforcement officer, our government gives you funding. You get federal funding to begin with. Plus, you get funding from the local area. So you have two forms of funding, and on top of that, revenue recovery, which gives you a third form of revenue. So I don't understand why they need a fourth revenue, calling us to donate money. And don't get me wrong, law enforcement officers. I'm an officer myself, but I'm not a flatfoot. I don't walk the beat, nor do I do any of that chasing down, tail chasing for revenue recovery. Unless your name comes across my desk and you're a wanted person, that's the only time I go out and do what I need to do. But other than that, I can care less if a person in front of me is getting killed. That's not my job. I didn't sign up for that. But law enforcement did. Law enforcement officers. You signed up for it. You know you're putting your life in danger. I put my life in danger every single day I walk out my house. As a matter of fact, my life is in danger because I have a permanent fixed location. And for those who don't know, back in my days and when we were young, law enforcement did some shit to us, the way they're doing to, the citizens today here in the United States, from the East Coast to the West and from North to the South. We would have showed up in their doorstep, kicked that door down and snatched them out of their fucking hair, out of their bedroom, while their children and they were sleeping next to their wives. And this is how we did shit back in our days. But we're being a little bit respectful, today against law enforcement officers, trying to teach them what they do not know. There's a lot of ignorant officers walking around in different departments, and some of them, they've been bullied in school, and now they're in the real world and they're doing the bullying. There are some people out here that take photographs, and like I said, I really don't care if you out here photographing. You can walk up to the window and photograph. As long as you're in public area and public space, there's nothing I can do about it. But there are some people, that wear that uniform and they wear the emotions in their sleeves. And when you get a phone call and they get mad at you because you tell them the facts, the truth, and you know the truth, you're getting federal funding, you're getting state funding, and you're getting public funding at the same time, and you're still calling for more money? Military is giving you guys APCs and heavy artillery and heavy equipment just so that you can police the neighborhood. And on top of that, you want more money? This is what I don't get about America no more. You guys don't know how to balance your books to the point where you can make a profit. But today, it's about me. How much am I going to make? And this is what I want to make. And you guys know I do automotive repair. Actually, I just do repairs. It doesn't matter if it's automotive, diesel, airplanes, boats, anything that needs to be repaired, I do it. I fabricate. I'm into, what do you call it, aerospace technology also, robotics. And I still don't understand why law enforcement needs my $40 to $100 in whatever police association crap that they got going on. Others that feel the same way can also respond down below, like, why do you need my money? Why do you have to bother me? And who gave you my phone number for you to call when my number is unlisted to begin with? So why are you guys calling me knowing that I don't want to support law enforcement officers on the local level, on the state level, and on the federal level, because you guys have enough money? But if you guys voted for no wars, you guys will have the money you guys need. But since all our money, since the pandemic, has been going to other nations, and it's gone before that, but literally more when the pandemic started, going to other nations and funding other nations. And now the tail chasers are calling our homes, asking for money, calling us business owners, for money. What's the sense? I'm already paying high taxes. It's bad enough in the city of Roseville. I got to pay, a premium just to keep this place up and going. On top of that, the permits that I need, for the CCTVs, law enforcement, every time they come out over to the business, I got to pay them for coming out over here. So why do you guys call and need money? What is going on inside this country that you guys are calling your citizen now, your local citizen in your neighborhood, and calling them for funding? I'm being serious, We already seen the scam that Black Lives Matter was and still is. And if you guys still, have your panties in a bunch or your bras, tangled up, and it's going to leave a stupid reply over that shit, man. I support Americans. I don't give a shit about your skin color. I don't give a shit about your religion, and I don't give a shit about your creed. Born in this fucking country, you're an American. Now, second generation, third generation, I consider you one of my people. First generation, I consider you an American, but it's a hard time for me, to indoctrinate you into the system. But anyway, it has nothing to do with that. Government agencies, I don't care which branch of the three branches of government, calling for money. I said, no. We shouldn't allow our federal government, our state government, and our local governments to call us and ask us for more money when they already have the fundings. They already have everything they need through the military complex. But again, law enforcement, if you want to go and challenge me, we can sit down and we can challenge each other of how much money your department gets, and we can go from department to department, or we can go from county to county, or we can go state to state, however you want to put it. And I can go even above that and go up into the federal level. This is the type of officer I am compared to the low-level officers. But again, it's not about funding law enforcement for the wrong things. It's bad enough we go over the speed limit by 1 mile over the speed limit and they're chasing our tails. It's bad enough we're walking with a camera and we're just taking a video on public streets, in a public setting, in a public area, and law enforcement is being called and harassing us. So as a citizen of my country, the United States of America, that is now ceased to exist due to dereliction of duty, and that's the main one, and the balancing of the books. That's number 2, and that's why government was fired April 1st, 2022. And if you guys still don't understand what's going on in the global settings, you will soon. But again, I and many others that own businesses will not, I don't want to be rude over the phone to another human being, but in reality is sinking in, and the fire that's coming out of my breath now is telling law enforcement in short little terms or in a sweet way to go F off. Don't call me. Stop calling us for for police funding when you already get police funding and you have revenue recovery on top of that, and you have the military complex funding you guys. On top of that, we got taxes that we're paying that also goes into funding law enforcement. So why are you guys calling us? How much money do you guys really need? Because if you guys will act right and follow your policies and follow the rules and regulations of the nation, you guys wouldn't be getting sued, and we wouldn't have to be paying these high taxes because you guys are constantly abusing the citizens. And remember, law enforcement, you may say you pay your own taxes, this is that, but who funds you so that you can pay your own taxes? Isn't it us, the citizens? So don't use that feeble mind, that mindset that you guys want to, use, because that's what one of the officers told me over the phone, and I started to laugh about this shit. So this is why I'm doing this video. Do not call for any type of funding for any local businesses up and down the neighborhood. I don't care what neighborhood you belong to. We shouldn't be funding you. You have enough funding, you get enough grants, you have different areas where you can get money on top of chasing us, or chasing our tail when we're speeding or we eat a red light or when we're on the phone, and driving. And remember, you guys say it's a privilege, but it's actually a right, because breathing is a right. It's not a privilege. Walking is the same thing. It's a right, not a privilege. But if you understand the laws of our nation, you understand what's really going on. Please, don't call us. I'm trying to be as humanly nice as possible because you guys don't know anything. And when you do, or when you are in the know, leave your comments down below. And I really want to challenge law enforcement. Why are you guys calling us for more fundings? Like literally, why are you guys calling us for funding when you have fundings from the federal, state, and local government? You're a government entity, so why you have to reach out to the citizens to keep on funding you? Yeah, I know crime is up. We all know this. We all know that, the homeless population, has gone up by 60% within the last couple of years. And who do we blame? So, one of my clients is locked up trying to be a model citizen. So, remember, it's quick and easy, quick and simple. Don't waste your time calling us, because some of us are going to be very rude. Others are going to be polite and waste your time. And then again, you guys are getting paid by the hour anyway, so you guys are going to waste time to begin with. As we see many local cops in our neighborhood, hanging out and chilling out and doing their own day-to-day things without serving the community. And if law enforcement constantly say we're here to serve our communities, how come I'm not seeing you guys in the communities? I don't see you guys coming down in the communities, walking the beat the way law enforcement used to do it back in the days. But if you want money, and if you want to recover money that way, we want to see you guys. I'm not just going to give money to, someone who don't know or don't understand what's going on. If you guys got a comment, leave them down below. I challenge any law enforcement officer from the East Coast to the West, from the North to the South, state, local, and federal. Anyway, it's Mike with Pacific Tech. Enjoy.